So here we are with episode 19 of the Apothecary Diaries. Last episode, we got to see Maomao's mom, and it was a pretty heavy and emotional episode. Really enjoyed it, and we'll just have to see what's going to happen in this episode. If you guys like the video, like the video. If you dislike it, dislike it. I do have my full length up on Patreon and early access on the YouTube memberships. Other than that, let's get started. By the way, I did a reaction to the full opening and ending for the series, the first and second opening and ending. That's only on Patreon or on YouTube memberships if you want to check that out. Today's schedule. A medium ceremony. A medium? Oh, still feeling that glare? It's Maomao, isn't it? But please don't forget about work. Yeah, what's going on? Just comes right to the apothecary. Is it a medical problem? Oh. Broke into a different warehouse on the same day. Ceremonial tools. Knowledgeable managers. Oh. Ah. Wow. Oh, that guy. Yeah, I also solved that case. Servitude. So the guy who suggested to the brother to get the seaweed. Oh, that other guy that I currently also can't, but like, Lihua, Conan, yeah. Lihua? No. Jinshi. Jinshi really liked Conan. Lihaku's like, how do you know so much? Mm-hmm. Are these all Conan? Yeah, that was the same guy as well, probably. But the owner declined. Guess he's rich enough to get another one? Oh. So he doesn't want it because he's... Might give this to a random warehouse guard. The court lady for... Oh, so it's Suide. Okay. Might compel him to use it right. Suide? Huh. And it's ceremonial stuff? I guess to revive the dead. Quite tall for a woman and smelled like medicine. Ah! Hey. What if Maomao was just walking on sticks, huh? But is she gonna give that away or no? Don't speak based purely on conjecture. Gotta get more evidence before just throwing her under the bus. It has nothing to do with me. Yeah. I mean, he's the guy. She's the one who helped you with the shelf. Jinshi. There's nothing fun here. Man coming to my property, talking with my assistant. The traitor. Oh. Oh. A medicinal gallstone. One in 1,000 cat. Jinshi. On the table and everything. I'll keep you updated. Go. Take care of it, Gaoshin! deal with the rites, the Board of Rites. And then the ceremonial tools are both related to ceremonies. Ceremonial tools? Intentional incidents somewhere. What are they? To summon the dead. Well, not summon, to revive the dead. Yeah, that would be unfortunate, huh? Someone of truly noble birth. Concocted over a long period of time. Oh shit. Whew, how you're sprinting. Wow, that's a nice building. And it's like Jinshi does pure. Damn, she's gonna run past these people? Damn, it's not even a sword, it's like a giant fucking stick. No. No. But are you going to... Yeah, just a servant. Put it in the suggestion box. Yeah, so we can toss that in the trash. Oh, putting the... Oh my gosh, she gonna... Oh my god, right in the fucking face. Jesus Christ, dude, that is... She would be dead. That giant block. Oh my god. Hopefully it caused a scene at the very least, right? Yeah, you're gonna beat her up because of that? Cause a scene at the very least. It's no use. Ooh. Do you feel better now? Oh, yeah, it's not big enough to... Okay, so she's just gonna... Gosh, she at least got a fucking concussion after that. Look, she fucking stood up after... Uh-oh. Lakan is... But with Lakan's permission, though. Honestly, she could have died with that fucking thing. Like, what the shit? Oh, Lakan's pissed. As if everything was planned. So Lakan, because like, if she discovers that it's Jinshi here. Uh-oh. Oh my god, I was gonna say, that thing fucking crushes her feet. Oh my god. Oh, that's a big fucking gash. Gotta stitch that. Yeah, why are you so fucking beaten up? I gotta stitch you up, then we'll get you that ox. Ah, it's alright, you can just lose consciousness here. A face of pain. Yeah, it's not like he's the one who got hurt, right? Oh my god, she's unconscious with her eyes open. Somebody, we need a doctor. We need a surgeon. Elise, where is she? Damn, she's dead. You know, Lakan's just standing there, bro. Standing on the other side. Is his eyes open, or I could not tell? Oh yeah, his eyes are open. Jesus Christ. You know, she's like bleeding to death right now. Can you like hurry up? Like she might also have a fucking concussion as well. Look at that, she is dripping blood right now. So this is how Maomao dies. Bleeding out. And she got hit like right in her calf too. Like that was a big fucking gash. Like that she needs stitches for that? Okay, like, they have that whole scene of just, you know, showcasing Jinshi's true status and everything. Got those high-ranking officers, I would presume, you know, all bowing down to him as he walks out of the purification building. And I'm like, okay, you know, understandable. And then we've got the music, too, as well, you know? Gotta ride along with the music. But, like, it's a medical emergency, my guy. Alright, this is just a preview. Oh, there's Maomao waking up from her nap. After getting fucking punted. Alright, I forgot I'm supposed to be writing notes, but I will write some notes and we'll be right back to the center. Alright, so that was episode 19 of the Apothecary Diaries. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. You know that I always like talking to you guys. For me, I thought that this was a pretty good episode. You know, all these other episodes that I felt like were mysteries of the week, I remember talking about them at some point that I'm just like, I hope that they come back later on to you know, to accumulate to something, you know, instead of just it being a mystery of the week and then, you know, we forget about it. So this episode is just like, all right, don't worry. All that other things that you saw, they were all a part of a grander plan. And I really enjoy that, the way that they're putting all the pieces together. Right, the first thing that they started off with Lihaku coming to talk to Maomao about this, which is also, I find very funny that he comes to talk to her, and then Maomao kind of gives him so much more information than he expected, and he's just like, wow, you're smarter than you look, or whatever. And I was just already like, she was there before fucking teaching you how the explosion happened in the first place. Like, but you know, he had some sort of expectation, but she just blew it out of the water. So here is Lihaku and Maomao talking, and the first thing that comes up is the fire at the warehouse, and that somebody used that explosion to steal some ceremonial tools, and that the smoking pipe that Maomao gave back, the guard doesn't want anymore because it's technically not his, and well, it was given to him, so he technically doesn't really have any emotional attachment to it. All he knows is that some court lady gave it to him, he smoked it, and then the place blew up. For all he knows, she tried to assassinate him. So the conjecture that she has is that because the smoking pipe was expensive, that would get the guard to actually want to give it a try, instead of, you know, waiting and having to scout out when the guy actually waiting and having to scout out when the guy is gonna go and smoke in the warehouse and, you know, wait for the explosion and all that. So, gotta give what is it, an expensive one. Although I do wonder if it is Suide, because from what Lihaku says, right, it's a tall woman who smells like medicine. So it can't be Maomao. And the only person that Maomao knows is Suide. But learning from her father, she doesn't exactly want to just throw Suide under the bus immediately, right? She's kind of just leading the horse to water. And if they figure that it's Suide who did it, you know, it's not her fault. She only gave the clues. She indirectly, okay? Not directly. Very different things. So we have that, like the possibility that Suide is in on this whole time, which can kind of could make sense, considering that she works near the military stuff and she's doing certain things and all that. You know, the last time we saw her, well, the second time we saw her. We first saw her when she was with all the other court ladies, but then the second time we saw her is when she hit Maomao right in the back of the head. And after they did that, after they had a little talk, that was when we saw Lakan, who was watching Maomao. So possibly, who knows? But the next thing that he talked about was that they couldn't figure out what was stolen, if I remember correctly, because the managers, the new one, they only know the basic ones, and they don't really have any knowledgeable managers at the current moment, because the current warehouse manager was the man who fell into a coma from eating seaweed. So that was what we saw with the little brother. And we remember in that scene, the little brother had gotten a plan to do that from somebody else. Somebody had told them to do it. And with Conan, right? Conan is the previous warehouse manager who died last year because of a salt overdose. And that was also being showcased as somebody else who wasn't, they didn't really showcase. Did they showcase their face? I think they have, but I can't remember. But they've showcased that somebody who kind of looks like, dresses like Lee Haku has done that to Conan, and perhaps it was the same person who suggested the seaweed to the little brother of the warehouse manager. And then, this one isn't from Lee Haku, but this was when Maomao was in the archives with the man at the archives who used to work at the ceremonies, right? He was talking about the build strength and how he got demoted for talking about it, right? Talking back to his authorities, to his upper rank people and all that. And so that was making Maomao wonder, like, okay, well, if they saw some ceremonial tools, they can just make new ones, right? If it was that important, they can just make new ones. And then she remembers the metalworkers, because the metalworkers, the father of the metalworker family have died, and 2 of the sons have stepped down from metalwork. So there's only one son that's making tools for, I don't know, for this whole area and whatnot. So there's not enough workers to make new tools right now. So like all of these coincidences, as she says, are all lining up for specifically one thing. And as she figured out, this one thing is to murk a person who's very high ranked, who's at a very high noble rank. So with everything all coming together, I really like it. I really enjoy it. And when we have all these details all tied together, it just makes, if I were to rewatch this and if I were to go through these, these episodes about the metalworkers and the warehouse managers and all that, I certainly would look at it in hindsight and I'll be like, yeah, I get it, why they do it and all that, right? But going through those episodes without really knowing how the details are going to tie, it does feel a bit like a chore for me. But again, now that they're all tied together in a nice little bowstring. Anyways, Maomao is out here running, trying to save this person, whoever he is. This freaking pillar is gonna drop right on him. He's gonna fucking die out here. And so she runs up to here. Of course, this guy with a giant stone baton is out here stopping her because, she's not of noble birth. She's just a lowly servant, and why would we give a shit about who you are and what you say if you're not of noble blood? If you're not even a high-ranking officer or something, especially a woman, get out of here. And so Maomao decides to use a deception tactic, right? Trying to put the blame on him, and perhaps in what she thought was that maybe she could make enough of a scene to stop the ceremony, but unfortunately, she is just a servant, right? Even if she gets punted by a metal, I thought it was stone, it might be metal at this point, but you know what? Is there really a big difference whether it's stone or metal and it gets fucking lodged right into a girl's head? This man is like twice her size, and he just bang! Hold on, he backhanded her, did he? Hold on, because it's on this cheek, right? Hold on, let me check. Oh yeah, that's a backhand right there, and then she just falls down the fucking stairs, bro. Yo, backhanded her right there. Well, we know who the winner here is, and it's definitely not that guy. Okay, his baton is like in the foreground, but it's not focused on, but I would presume that's metal. Yeah, that looks a lot more like it's metal than it's stone. A lot more smoother, unless they want to smooth out the stone, but I don't, that's literally just an iron baton that he just whacked her with. Again, if she doesn't have concussion at the very least, right, that would be like the least things that you can have. But like, if she gets hemorrhages in her head because of that shit, yo, like, for her size. And the size of that baton, or that baton is like bigger or the same size as her head at this point. Hold on. Yeah, that fucking thing is bigger than her. and yo, getting fucking swung like that, maybe he's not good at the backhand, you know? So like when he backhanded her, it wasn't as like much force, but also from the way that like he swung it upwards right here, right? He was putting power into that. So, but maybe he's not as good at his backhand as he is his forehand, you know? Who knows? But he he fucking whacked her like that. That thing's bigger than, or the same size as her head. And like, again, if she doesn't have a concussion, she could have at least hemorrhages. And like, yo, dude, if her fucking brain bounced in her skull, that would be so bad. Like, imagine you fucking bruised the brain as well. Her brain fucking wiggled during that time right there. Holy shit. And then the fact that she was ready to lose consciousness, but then she's just like, wait, no, my job is not done. I still need to do things. So she gets up after this whole fucking thing. You know, she gets up and she continues to beg. And of course, the guy still won't let her because she's a fucking servant. And also, this is the time when Maomao actually steps out of line too, right? She usually knows her place. That's what was mentioned last episode. And that's why if this guy is just like, no, you can't do it, you're a servant, usually she would probably be like, okay, well, that sucks to suck. Maybe I can try to get in some other ways, but you know, but like not as directly as she's doing here. So it's nice to see her stepping out of line, but then, you know, here she is getting whacked for stepping out of line. But while the guards still won't let her in, we've got Lakan, who comes up, right? And even Maomao, like, fucking tenses when she hears him. She's just like, I don't know who this guy is, but fuck, I don't want to turn around and look at him. And even the other guards are scared of him because of how high of a position that he is, right? And we see in this point that Lakan is super fucking pissed, right? Why would you strike a young girl like that? and you know, he's like, she's hurt. Why would you fucking hit a young girl like that? What the fuck, bro? All she's doing is spitting words at you and like, you gotta fucking return, you know? If she's spitting words at you, you spit words right back at her. You don't fucking hit somebody, especially somebody who's like too smaller, you know? Who's, when you're twice the size of she is, and she's spouting words at you, you spout words at her back. But the way that they showcase him being angry kind of showcase the same way when Maomao heard his name, right? And she showed like that anger within her for just a second. And here he is doing that, and it kind of make it a little bit similar in the way that they put the shadow, right? It's not as like grayscale as they did for her. If I remember, they put in grayscale, right? Or not. It was the grayscale in this episode because it was a memory. Anyways. But yeah, they kind of showcase a similar way of anger. So I really like that. And of course, it showcases that Lakan perhaps does care about his daughter or something. And the thing with Lakan is that they're really showcasing that he's scum. And, you know, he could be just genuine scum and all that. And that's totally understandable. But, like, I keep thinking about the fucking spoiler of an opening. But, you know, perhaps there's just something that's down within him that has regret. And perhaps that's why he wants to change and showcase it through Maomao. But it kind of comes to the point of like, would Maomao even give a shit about him anymore, right? Would Maomao even accept him back, or not even accept him back, but accept him into her life? But, you know, whatever. We'll just have to see what Lakan, what Lakan would do. But speaking of Lakan, when Jinshi walks out with Maomao, who's unconscious and fucking bleeding all over the goddamn place, we see Lakan, whose eyes are just wide open, right? Standing there, staring straight ahead. His eyes, his pupils, just it's just so tiny, dude. And it's just like, well, that's an interesting expression that he's got, right? He's shooketh. And it kind of makes me wonder if he's the guy who made the plan to do all this in the first place. Why specifically, right? Because initially I was thinking, okay, this is just a really weird and elaborate plan to get Maomao to see Jinshi's real identity, because it kind of feels like maybe that was something that Lakan was using that as a threat towards Jinshi. Who knows? But is this just Lakan's plan in terms of he just wanted to kill Jinshi? You know? And so if that's the case, then it's just like, all right, you know, I guess that would still win him either way. You know, whether what his original plan was. Again, if he was actually trying to murk Jinshi out here. Who knows? Who knows what his plan is? But his plan definitely did not involve Maomao getting hurt. So the fact that Maomao came out unconscious, bleeding, perhaps that gets Lakan to be like, oh shit, my daughter's hurt. She ended up getting into a part of my plan. But who knows? And with Lakan, I was wondering if, you know, again, he's the guy who's been doing all of this. If he's been planning this since last year, I'm not sure if he knows about Maomao since last year, because Conan's death happened when Maomao was still with the consorts. Oh, no, I just remembered, because Lakan told Jinshi that he's a thief. I've been trying to negotiate, right? I've been trying to negotiate with the old lady this whole time, and she would continue to say no to me. So somewhere around there, right? He's been negotiating with with the granny. But did he know that? Did he know that Maomao was in there already? Possibly, but at the same time, no, because consider that it's in the inner court and not the outer court, and he usually is in the outer court. So yeah, that's where I'm a little confused, whether, like, if he planned this before he even knew that Maomao was in here, then possibly he just wanted to murk Jinshi. Who knows? But all I can say is R.I.P. Maomao. She died from a lack of medical attention. She'll be fine next week. But if I have anything else to say, I will write it in the description down below. Thank you guys for sticking around, and I will see you guys in the next episode.